recovery comes through. And Skeldra opening up. Oh, nice shot from Pavelski with that the neutral lane.
Yeah, that was a good three-piece, and then he was able to get a juggle there with the neutral finisher and then went in with the recovery. Now we're seeing Pavelski. He's trying to get those resets. Classic for the greatsword players. Yeah, Skeldra scouts out that dodge through, gets a nice three-piece on the return.
Downlight from Skeldra doesn't hit either, and Pavelski goes in for that weapon throw, gets the recovery, and Skeldra just might be gone on that first stock. An amazing snipe coming up from Pavelski on stock number 1.
And that's kind of the beauty of, like, y'all have played against each other a lot. I'm sure they've ran into each other in the ranked ladder. And Pavelski very clearly knew Skeldra was going to go for the jump there. I think it was a recovery, but either way, he went for the high response out of hit stun and ended up getting caught by that upward weapon toss. Nice spot dodge from Skeldra. Knew that Pavelski's dodge was still available, and now he gets the three-piece.
Here's that weapon throw, juggling. No, goes over for the greatsword, so even up things pretty nicely. Let's see what Pavelski can get started here. It's Skeldra getting in 4 clean hits on the greatsword, jumping, using all of his jumps to go for that dare recovery, but the recovery a little late afterwards, not getting that combo to connect. And that sidelight and the neutral stick dodged, and then gravity cancels it into a D-light recovery. Pavelski, amazing job on the wake up there to keep Skeldra guessing. Weapon throw switches right over to the greatsword himself. Let's see if Pavelski's got the same moves that Skeldra's got, because a lot of D-light bridges are coming through here. From Skeldra to put Pavelski in the orange.
Yeah, that is kind of the main follow-up there, is going for that downlight bridge, because you get 2 different options. You can go for that neutral finisher or the side finisher. Depends on the situation, which one you want to use. Oh, that's a recovery stuffed out, but Pavelski thought he was going to catch him with that neutral signature. Skeldra went low there. Still surviving, but just a raw neutral signature as he comes back onto the stage. Means Pavelski with the stock advantage.
And Sig does give Pavelski the stock advantage. This is a pretty solid start from him, all things considered. And then he just, you know, that signature, the side Sig, has really deceptive range when it connects. And then it's like the animation afterwards, it's kind of like a detriment in 2s, but in 1s, it doesn't really matter as long as you get that first hit through. Has so much power taking down Skeldra from center. Look at all that damage coming in now.
Dude, that was such a good mix.
One sidelight finisher after an opener would just do it, right? Pavelski's trying to get in.
Oh, okay, Skeldra misread there, went for the side.
Oh, no, doesn't go for the end sig, goes for the dash pivot sidelight opener instead. D-light, or dare nair. Recovery would knock out here. He's looking for it. I feel like he's looking for it. Oh, falls for the side air instead.
Okay, goes for the consistency here, swaps to the regular sword, downlight, side air. Skeldra going to take game number 1. I was kind of noticing neither of them really leaning into the sword for the finisher. That's kind of like the classic thing you do with greatsword, is like build up all this damage with Jae Young with the greatsword, and then you go over to the sword and you're just like downlight, side air, downlight, recovery, bingo, bango, you're good.
Yeah, no, they're both just playing with the greatsword here. Being able to get those knockouts pretty convincingly, Skeldra was able to do the same. I saw that Pavelski had a better time getting like longer strings on Skeldra when he was on sword. But even with that huge lead that Pavelski had against Skeldra for the majority of the game, it was like 550 damage to 390. So Pavelski was getting like really early knockouts, but then when it came to that last stock, just not a single bit of damage was done. And now they're going to continue here on the Fortress of Lions. Jan Ditto going through. Let's see what Pavelski's able to do here, because I think Skeldra was able to adapt quite well that last game. Like I was looking at those first 2 stocks, I was like, okay, Pavelski's got the lead, Pavelski's got the lead. Now I'm starting to be convinced, because I was looking at this game and I was thinking, ooh, is he going to be able to hold on to that, or is Skeldra just going to go and 2-stock him going into game 2?
Now Skeldra's going to have to find those dodge reads onto Pavelski, because Pavelski really just scouted out so well how Skeldra was going to react out of those first couple of neutrals and then just kept resetting on him. Unfortunately, the opener's not the most damage, which is why Skeldra is just now starting to tick into the red, but still some really solid mind games coming up from Pavelski. Thought Skeldra was going to come forward with that jump, but managed to avoid that neutral signature.
So damaged. Nice job dodging the sidelight too, and lights him, puts him off the side of the stage. Not going to go for a side sig or a down sig there. Skeldra just reverses the situation, goes for that down air, weapon throw, does pick up the greatsword. Okay. Ooh. Sidelight and sig could work out pretty well here. I don't think it's going to knock out, actually. Pavelski's still like in that orange-ish territory. That will do it, though. My goodness. Carries him to the right side of the stage, gets the sidelight finisher after a 4-piece string. Amazing job from Skeldra to take the lead here in game 2.
So smart from Skeldra. Really expected Pavelski to go for that same option, that gravity cancel downlight on wake up. And that time he was able to punish it and lead to a KO. Of course, gravity cancel, burning that dodge, letting Skeldra get the full 3-piece. Here's the dodge.
Man, Skeldra is just mixing Pavelski Look at that D-Light Cider coming in, gets the recovery. Nice shot from Skeldra, lands down on the center stage after getting hit by the recovery, still holding on somehow. And Pavelski is at the same amount of damage that he was last stock when he died to that satellite finisher off the right side of the stage. So let's see what Pavelski's able to do here now that he switches over to the Greatsword.
We'll see if he can add up that damage here. Might want to just control that weapon spawn, but Skeldra staying on top of him, gets him with the nair. No, the dodge is up. There's the dodge. Skeldra with the pickup, but he's actually getting kind of bounced here on that wall.
Oh, nice job. Gets the weapon throw, and then even though the weapon throw missed, he grabbed it off the bounce off the ground, gravity canceled it into a downlight, and then you get the downlight finisher immediately, and Greatsword's downlight finisher also descends while using it. It's my favorite move to gravity cancel in the entire Greatsword kit, and Skeldra uses that after like almost as like he covered the fact that his weapon throw wasn't gonna hit.
Yeah,
that
it was
so
a good bait because it kind of forced out the option. Pavelski I think spot dodged in reaction to that weapon toss, and Skeldra's like, okay, easy does it. But,
yeah, what are you gonna do to
clean it up?
Dash to avoid that downlight? Anyways, you're right. Pavelski did clean it up right away, and now it's back to an even game. And Pavelski's got Skeldra on the left side of the stage, gets the dodge, tries to catch the landing, but Skeldra throws the weapon to stop the sidelight from Pavelski catching his landing. And they keep it really close here. Pavelski still has control over the match so far, but Skeldra battles his way from the edge of the stage, gets the nair, gets the recovery, puts Pavelski in orange.
You're seeing Skeldra kind of slow this one down a little bit. He's staying back, kind of just jumping. He's going to swap over to the sword, not quite in KO percentage, but might just want to finish it down. Sig, not going to connect. Pavelski able to dodge through.
Yeah, nice job getting back to the stage there. And doesn't get punished for it, although I like that idea a lot. Goes in for that dash jump nair. Both players looking for one hit at a time here. Skeldra sticking to the sword, neutralize Pavelski off the right side of the stage. It's not at the damage yet that I would expect Skeldra to want to stay on sword, but it looks like he has no interest in going back to the Greatsword at the moment. Pavelski still looking for that end light opener. Weapon throw forward. Skeldra has to switch to Greatsword now.
Might start fishing for a signature here in a second. You can see he doesn't want it, throws it away. There's the sword spawn.
The sword comes through.
Nice.
Does the D-Light pick up gravity cancel and Sig? Was that, or was it just D-Light and Sig?
No, D-Light pick up, gravity cancel, and Sig. Really well done from Skeldra. I mean, the thing that led into it too was just like he knew Pavelski was going to cover that weapon spawn, so he did dash in, dash back. Pavelski throws out an N-Sig trying to catch Skeldra coming in, and that led to that KO.
Yeah, there was that weapon throw and a gravity cancel D-Light that we saw. And then Skeldra going for downlight. Yeah. Jump, pick up, gravity cancel to neutral Sig. So I was almost going to say it was D-Light recovery because of how similar it is in its function there. But really, Skeldra was just fantastic off of all those weird situations off of either weapon pickups or weapon throws, right? Because the stock before that was like weapon throw missed, pickup had it covered, gravity cancel downlight. And in that situation, he had lost his weapon twice trying to do combos. And then the spawn just comes in and he goes, I'm going to actually use this to my advantage. And opens up with the D-Light, gets the neutral Sig. Pavelski may have been at a damage to where D-Light unarmed neutral Sig would knock out, but I'd say that was definitely the best call considering that looked like a true combo.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's a very tough call to make in the moment. Really it comes down to how confident are you in hitting that. Like if Skeldra is like, yeah, I got a 50% chance of hitting this, then that was just a big gamble. But if he's like, I hit this 100% of the time, then that's just smart plays.
Yeah,
it's definitely more optimal if you can hit it consistently.
It'd be interesting to understand if that's how some players think when they go for something.
Yeah.
There's kind of like, okay, this combo has a 50% chance of hitting. I'm not sure. I think Skeldra so far has just felt very confident with all the new moves he's doing, right? Because he's showcasing an ability to on the go cover the options that he's choosing, where like if he does something and his opponent reacts to it effectively, he's got something to follow up with it to be able to get the stock. And it's been really interesting watching Skeldra develop in that way, but doing so well against Pavelski here is really impressive as well. I can see why he's a favorite from so many of y'all to make it in the top 3 today. Well, being through the gauntlet of all of the top players
everyone else we're predicting
on the bracket.
Caught him poking his head up there. See, this is where I'm starting to get worried, though, because at the end of game 2, Skeldra seemed like he didn't want to play Greatsword, which is kind of his main weapon. And now we're starting into game 3, and Pavelski is already about to lap Skeldra's stocks. This is starting to look really bad. Like, this is a position where Pavelski could just get the momentum and run away with it. Okay.
This is also a position where Skeldra could just equalize things with one good string. Sidelight finisher off the right side has been his favorite way to knock out Pavelski in this best of 3 so far. And he's got Pavelski off the right side as well. Never underestimate Pavelski's ability to throw away a lead, dude. For sure. that's something to think about.
In that situation, Skeldra's the one who took it. That wasn't a Pavelski classic of, like, going too hard off stage. That was a Skeldra Skeldra just played real well.
And Skeldra's continuing to play real well here. That is 2 stocks without any damage taken from Skeldra in under a minute.
And the falling side air to finish it off keeps that kind of forward poke and got him with just the edge of the greatsword there. And now Skeldra about to lap Pavelski. All right. You know what? I was wrong. I can admit
side air. Wait, but I mean, like, you're right, though. This wasn't Pavelski, like, try to, like, gauntlet nair 5 times off the right side of the stage and SDing, right? This is Skeldra just destroying Pavelski off the back of that first stock, and he still is continuing to put on the pressure with this greatsword, although I think it's damaged enough to where, like, a few hits might knock it out of his hands. Let's see if he switches over to the weapon. No, he's going to hold on to this until that stock flies. Okay. Switches right over to the sword. Neutral light comes through. Any extra damage from Skeldra here would be fantastic for his win here, but Pavelski, if we want him to go to game 4, he's got to take the stock now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to take this one and then start working on that next one ASAP because he's already fairly damaged here. Good side air there.
Oh.
Yo, Skeldra, he went for the style there. He went dodge for dodge, went with the gravity cancel downlight, and it's going to pay off. Downlight, ground pound, side air. Skeldra with the 3-0 over Pavelski.
Yeah, very convincing. A little surprised that Pavelski stuck with the jam the entire way through. I know that he's got a lot of different